everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are getting really close to harvest and we've got a few things left to wrap up. We finally got not the bean head, we got the corn head out and we got it on the combine. We got a little bit of maintenance to do to it. We actually ended up putting new chains on it at the end of last year because we helped a couple of my uncles get finished up harvest. Last fall was really late harvest and they were having a bunch of breakdowns, so we ended up helping them finish the last couple hundred acres. And our chains were so bad that we had to put new ones on before we could get to theirs. So our chains are in good shape. Sprockets we didn't change just because they were enough to get through a couple hundred acres. So what I'm going to do today is make sure all these chains are at the proper tension, they are freed up, and make sure all our sprockets are in good shape. When we get that done, I'll have to fill the gearboxes up with grease and grease the drive shafts, check the oil in the oil baths, make sure the chains are tight in the oil baths, and this thing will be ready to go. First thing I'm going to do is check the tension on these chains. This one I know for sure is stuck. So when everything's working the way it's supposed to be and freed up in proper tension, this is what's supposed to happen. When you pull on the chain, the bottom sprocket should move. You can see that piece moving. This guy, this flat iron that holds the bottom sprocket is stuck under here. So when I pull on it, nothing happens. So I got to take this all apart and clean up underneath there and then set the tension and get everything moving. So not a big job. Let's just get to it. Need this guy, this one, and where's my special socket? There it is. And I need battery. Easy as that. So I know that one was stuck. I'm just going to go through and check the rest of these. Those are good. Well, I thought there was another one. The rest of them are freed up. There are a few that are kind of loose. Well, pretty repetitive work. I'm going to go through here and tighten up the ones that need to be tightened, and then the chains and sprockets should be good. I kind of wiggled them around and the sprockets seem fine. We're just going to pump them full of grease and run them one more year. So I got all the chains and sprockets and everything checked over on this. I greased the bottom sprockets and my grease gun ran out of battery. So while that's charging, I'm going to move on to the next project, which is over here. I teased it a couple times in some earlier videos that we're getting some new equipment, and it's supposed to come either today or tomorrow. It's kind of looking like tomorrow now because I figured if it was coming today he'd call me already, but we are trading off this thing. We are getting rid of the Kinze planter. It's been a good planter, and now that we only plant beans with it, it's really kind of a pain to fill up all 31 boxes. So we traded it on something a little different, and I guess I'll show you guys that when it comes. So what I've got to do now is I've got to get the planter monitor out of the 8400 for this, and I've got a couple other things for it in the shed that we've got to bundle up, and whenever they come and pick it up, they can take all that stuff with. These tires are sweet. These garbage cans are what we kept our corn meters in when we were running beans, and bean meters in when we were running corn. So I'm just going to put all the monitors and everything in there, and they can take them with when they come and get it. Well, I've got all the monitors and meters and everything for that planter gathered up in these two garbage cans, and this thing's ready to go. So hopefully they'll bring the new one tomorrow. Got the bean head out. We've got to pull the sickle out and flip it over and put all new sections on it, because it wears on the back side of the sickle bar. So you can flip it over and get another year or two out of it for the amount of beans that we run. So it's not too big of a job to get it out of here. Just got to get this wobble box turned to where these are facing out. You pull those two bolts and it should slide right out. Watch your fingers.
I'm not putting no fingers.
A little bit more. Oh, that's good.
One piece.
It actually looks like it's been worn on both sides already, has it? Or has that just got some dirt
Probably dirt built up.
Well, we got our sickle figured out what we're going to do with it, and we're going to go get some parts later on. And we've got a couple other things to do. Hopefully they're going to come get that planter and bring the new one tomorrow. And what we got left to do is pretty boring. So I'm going to cut this here and roll it to tomorrow. All right, everyone, we're back. It is not the next day. It is a couple days later. They ended up not bringing that new planter out because they got tied up doing other things, but they're going to bring it today. So what I've got to do this morning is they asked if I would be kind enough to put a few pumps of grease in these wheel bearings, and I'll also check and make sure the tires got plenty of air in them because they've got about an hour and a half drive, and don't want them having any problems with tires and wheel bearings on their journey back home. So we are going to pull this ahead, get it to where I can get the air hose to it, and just make sure this thing's roadworthy. And we also should put, there's a lock that goes in that center post, so if I can't get it in there, I might have to hook up the hydraulics and raise this up all the way. If I can remember how it goes. There. Alright, now it can't fall down, even though I'm already standing underneath it, but this thing has like a double safety. There's a hook at the top. You probably can't see it, but there's a hook that keeps it from falling, but that's just extra safe that way. Now I'll check these tires. There's one. Almost 70. That one's fine. Same. That one's good. $70. I guess I should have checked them before I drug the air hose out. And we're good. Alright. Tire pressure is good. Alright, we're greased up, aired up, ready to go. Now I'm just going to drop it off the tractor because they're going to pull that other thing over here and hook right onto this and take off. Dad is working on changing a brake chamber on the trailer, and then it led to changing out a slack adjuster, and then the bearings were bad on the S camshaft. So it turned into a bigger job than we thought. So I'm going to hurry up and get this planter unhooked. That way I can go help him. He could probably use some help. Alright, next job. I got the bean head up here on the combine because I've got to change some sickle sections. Actually, not sections. I got to change guards. We already got all the sickle sections changed on the old sickle, and I guess I could explain that. We took the old sickle off. It's kind of a mess in here since we got the hopper, but we put all new sickle sections and flipped the sickle over. That way it'll wear on the other side of the bar. And now I've got to change some guards. Now, you can't change the guards when it's sitting on the trailer, and also when I put it on the combine, I can raise the reel up out of the way and get in here a lot easier. But these two, I'm not sure if you can change them with the sickle in, but I know if you can, it's more difficult. So this one's broke, this one's pretty wore out. I'm going to change these two while we have the sickle out. That way we don't have to worry about them. kind of a pain in the butt. Alright, so I forgot to hit record, but I got these two guards changed. This bolt in the end here was kind of a pain because it hits this plate. Maybe you can see it better from this angle. It hits this plate when it drops down, so I had to angle it and beat it out with a hammer, and it was a little bit of a challenge. But anyways, I'm going to go through here. We've got some guards that are getting really worn out, and I think I might just change them. Where was that one I was looking at? Down here somewhere. This guy. See, this edge is where the sickle rides on, and it's wore down really bad. This one's even worse. So I might go through and mark some of them that are really bad and change them. Man, you really need all of them new. Might put a little dab of paint on them, and that way I can visually see which ones are bad, and then we can kind of make a decision whether we want to change a bunch of them or just a few or none of them or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna do. So bean head project's gonna have to wait. I just got a call from the truck driver who's delivering the new piece of equipment, and I've got to meet him over here at the state line because we've got a couple narrow bridges. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to get through it, so I'm going to catch him and bring him around the long way and go from there. Alright, I'm sitting here on the side of the road waiting for the guy. I told him I'd meet him here. I've been making you guys wait till the end of the video to see what we actually bought, so why don't you pause the video right now, comment what you think it is, and I guess if you win, you'll get bragging rights or whatever. Maybe I'll give you a high five if I see you. Alright, here it comes. See it right there in the mirror? There it is behind me. Can you get a good view yet? So we traded off the bean planter and got an air seeder. Hope we like it. So the reason why we decided to go this way instead of another actual planter is because we really don't plant that many acres of soybeans. We plant 300 to 400 acres of soybeans every year, and soybean planters, at least the ones we would be looking at, are way more expensive than this was. And this air seeder, we can plant cover crops, we can plant wheat with it. It is in 15-inch rows, so it's not ideal for planting wheat, but the 15-inch rows makes it a lot easier to work on because you can actually get to the row units and stuff like that. But anyways, I guess I could get to the specifics. This thing is a John Deere 1990, it's a 2009 model, 40-foot wide, 15-inch spacing, center fill hopper tank. It holds, I don't know, 100 bushel or so. I know you can fit at least 2 boxes of seed in there, so it'll be a lot handier for filling up. And that Kinze we had, it had 31 boxes on it, and it was kind of a pain when you started running low on seed. You'd have boxes run out here and there, and you just had to run around and fill them up. So this will be a lot handier, and it's not going to be perfect for planting soybeans. The spacing and the accuracy isn't going to be that great, but like I said, we don't plant that many soybeans, and we can use this for so many different things that I thought it would be a little bit better buy for us. So hope we like it. If we don't, maybe we'll just trade it back on another bean planter. So I kind of hate to see that Kinze go because it's been such a good planter for us, but it was time. It was getting pretty wore out and starting to need quite a bit of work, so got something new. We'll see if we like it. Originally our plan was to pull this thing with the 8400 right over there, but we were a little bit concerned on the hydraulic capacity, but everyone said it'd be fine. The only problem is we've only got 3 remotes on that tractor, and that takes at least 4. I'm pretty sure it takes 5. I haven't actually counted them all up, but I think it takes 5 remotes to run that thing. The raise, fold, the blower, and then each set of markers has its own set of hoses. So I'm thinking what we're going to end up doing is running it on the 9410. which is over there, the 4-wheel drive. It actually has 5 remotes, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it has 5 remotes, so we'll be able to run everything. We could still run that on the 8400 if we needed to. It's just that tractor doesn't have the factory harness for Greenstar because it's a 1995. So we'd have to spend some money to get that thing to work because this seeder has been upgraded to the SeedStar monitoring system. So basically you can plug that into the 8430 or the 9410 9R, 8R, whatever series tractor, and you can get the planter monitor right on the screen in the cab. We'd have to do some retrofitting on the 8400. So we're thinking it'll just be easier to run it on the 9410, and that thing looks heavy and big, and it might handle it a little better than the 8400 volts. Just got back from lunch, moved some equipment around. I'm gonna hook this seeder up because, to be honest, I'm pretty pumped about it. And I wanna see what it's like on the tractor, get it hooked up and get it unfolded. I'm just like a kid with a new toy. I'm pretty pumped about this thing. This has got a good jack on it. So anyways, whoever owned this kindly marked all the hoses. Hopefully they'll have it hooked up the same way I want to hook it up. But number 4 right, number 3 right. Should be a piece of cake. This might be a little trickier than I thought. I ended up getting the manual out because there's a lot of hoses and it's hard to trace them to see where they actually go. But apparently the blower motor has 3 hoses. There's a case drain up here and then another 2. One of them says return, so I don't know how I'm supposed to hook those up, but we'll figure it out. This guy goes in here, and this guy goes in here, and this is low pressure return. That goes into this one. Next, I gotta figure out where these go. Alright, so one of those is fold and one of those is markers. I guess I can just plug them in and figure it out. Alright, let's start this thing up and see if I've got stuff plugged in the right way. Just going to back up a little bit. And then I should have enough room to unfold the wings. Now I gotta remember what I did. I got a phone call and had to help Dad, so now I can't remember what I got plugged in where. Got nothing on 4. Number 3 is the blower. So 2 and 5 is what I need to worry about. I had the raise on number 1, but that was the markers, and 2, 5. Well, I think he had them hooked up differently. Well, the monitor works. Got low tank level. Let's see if our blower works. Turn the hydraulic pressure up a little bit, see what that feels like. There. Now I can feel the air coming out. Alright. I think that's enough playing around. So I'm pretty sure, sweet, I can run auto steer in this thing and the planter monitor. I didn't realize that. I thought I was gonna have to put a 2600. I guess I can shut this so you can hear me. I thought I was gonna have to put another screen in here to be able to run both, but the monitor is showing up on this one and also the auto steer. It's also showing up, so that'll be pretty cool. I'll still probably put a screen in here for planting beans just because we want to document, but when we're planting cover crops, we don't really need to document, so I can just run everything off of this screen. And we've got hydraulic oil flying all over the place. That's not good.
Alright, so this popped out.
That is supposed to stay in there. So, hope I didn't hurt anything. I'm gonna have to wash this tractor off now. Alright, I've done enough playing around. That's gonna be it for this video. I feel like I didn't really get much accomplished, but this thing showed up and I was just wanting to play with it really bad and see if I can make it work. But so far, everything kind of functions, so we'll probably end up using it for cover crop seed. We're gonna plant some rye with it this fall and hopefully it works. And if we like it, we'll keep it around, plant some beans with it next spring. So anyways, new equipment purchase. We got ourselves an air seeder. Hope we like it. So if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching. See you on the next one.